What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. I know I've been gone a little bit a while, but like I said, I'm going to be cranking up the videos, going live and stuff like that on occasion. So we're going to keep this whole thing going. Right now, there's a lot of exciting things happening around CU. They're in spring practice. We're hearing a lot of exciting things, a lot of talent. Coach Prime is talking about he's got he's got more dogs on the team that we can be excited about, guys that he think are going to really make a difference in this upcoming 2024 college football season, and they are in the Big 12. Okay? Coach Prime really has a lot of things going on here. I just want to say this right now. This is a subject matter that I hate to have to get into, but once again, as all of you who have been following CU, Coach Prime, the players, the whole nine yard, Coach Prime continues to have people that are haters, people that are doubters, people who want to critique every single thing that he does, every nick and cranny. It's crazy, y'all. It's really, really crazy. So what I want to get into, because Coach Prime addressed this issue, which I'm really glad that he addressed this issue in a press conference recently, when they had right after they had their spring practice. And like I said, it's there's some talent out there. It's incredible what Coach Prime has been able to assemble on this team. I believe that they're going to be much improved from what they were a year ago when they just were trying to get things off the ground. I think the defense hopefully will be much improved. Shador, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen when he has a better offensive line to give him the stability that he has in terms of the ability to put up those big numbers, just like he did against TCU when he put up about 500-something yards because the offensive line was protecting him. So I'm looking for big things out of Deion Sanders. Of course, we're going to talk about his defensive coordinator, who I feel is he feels much more comfortable with, and I think that Pat Shermer is a better fit for Shador than what Sean Lewis was. But let's get to what the meat and the sauce is in this particular video today, and that is Coach Prime once again. The criticism that he takes. Currently, if you haven't heard, or maybe you've heard this, that you have people that are coming out with articles critiquing his recruitment style. So he's being criticized, or he's being critiqued, should I say, by his critics. And the question is, Coach Prime doesn't seem to do a lot of home visits. Okay, so they're talking about the fact that, why is it that Coach Prime doesn't go to recruits' home and recruit them out of the home? Just more drama that they want to create, okay, with Brother Prime.
Tell the truth.
And let's just get into this right now.
Tell the truth.
This is what's silly about this, is because Coach Prime has made it very clear. His actions and his movements have been very clear. The majority of the players that they have recruited are transfer portal players, meaning these are not guys that you need to go into their home and
tell the truth,
meet with their families and talk with their moms and dads. Okay. No. You don't have to do that. Okay. And I don't understand why the press doesn't get that. When you look at his high school recruitment, he has a small number of young men, like a Jordan Seaton, that he has just brought into the fold. Here's Jordan Seaton right here. This brother is the real deal. Give him a clap. And he's doing great things right now. From what I understand, they're very impressed with him. He's very impressed with the coaching staff and with CU and the whole atmosphere. He says it fits like there's a chemistry there that they've got going on, and I'm going to let you hear him say that out of his own mouth. But back to Coach Prime here and this whole nicky-picky-ticky thing that they're doing about how he goes about recruiting. He has brought in a substantial amount of really good players, getting the offensive line to, I think, a better level than it was a year ago, bringing in more dogs, as he calls it. And now they want to say, see, Coach Prime has explained why he does this, how he wants to save money for the school, but primarily how he wants the parents and the kids to come to see you, to visit the campus, because that's where they're going to be, right? And so his style is different because Coach Prime is different, okay? Coach Prime is not only a coach, but he's a businessman. He does have sort of a celebrity status to him. So wherever he goes, it just causes a big, or damn near like a parade around him. And he made it clear that he's not like other coaches. When he goes into a town, and let's say he go visit one school, then the other school coaches are going to be upset that, hey, you didn't come visit us. He can't visit every place, you see. But his style of recruitment is mainly based on the transfer portal at this time. Even when he took over Colorado in the first year, CU, most of the players that he got was from the transfer portal. Now, let's hear Coach Prime explain this in his own words, and I hope the knucklehead press out there, okay, would wake up, smell the coffee, and stop hating on Coach Prime. The man goes out there and gets players in the transfer portal. The man's trying to rebuild the team some more, and now you guys are running around saying, well, he doesn't do enough home visit. He's going to tell you why. Listen and learn, everybody.
There's an article that came out that said I don't go on visits. Okay. My approach, it's totally different than many coaches' approach. Sometimes
I want to stop this right now just for clarity. This is fair use. Fair use. Federal law allows citizens to pre-produce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright, motion picture, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, parody, which does not infringe of the copyright under 17 USC 107. Thank you for your patience there, everybody. Back to the video.
Businessman as well, so I try to save our university money every darn chance I get. So for me to go to, let's just say I'm going to Florida and I'm visiting whatever school, IMG. You don't think those coaches gonna be a little upset if I don't come by the school down the street? You don't think it's gonna be pandemonium if
right? Exactly. It's going to be pandemonium because Coach Prime is not your typical coach. This guy is an ex-NFL player, Hall of Famer, All-Pro. He has a sort of a celebrity aura to him, and it would cause a lot of issues. You go to one school, and you got the coaches in the other schools not happy about you not showing up to their school when they hear you're in the neighborhood. Then what happens? It hurts your recruitment because now you got the coach in that school who may not want to have their kids going to your program, may not want to open their doors to you because they feel that you slighted them. This is what Coach Prime deals with, that most coaches in his position who don't have his pedigree don't have to worry about. Let's hear some more.
I'm going to get naysayed if I don't go another 45 minutes. Then if I go to that one, then I go, well, I didn't come to that school. Now the coach is mad, so he's not going to let the kid
see what he's saying?
Because he's mad because I chose that, go to that school over that school. See, other coaches, they could do that, but I can't.
Boom. And why? Why is it that Coach Prime can't do that? Truth. Because other coaches, for one, they're coaches. People know them as a coach of the university, of that team, what have you. But the thing about Coach Prime is that he's a Hall of Famer athlete that people love to run up to and get his autograph. He's a businessman. He's a personality to a certain degree. He has that celebrity aura, as I said before. And so he's going to be judged differently than any coach in the NCAA. He's going to be he's been scrutinized about his recruitment, that he's not doing in-home recruitment when he's recruiting primarily from the transfer portal. And he didn't have, if he's not a good at recruiting, how could he get someone like Jordan Seaton, who's the #1 offensive lineman in the country coming out of high school, and definitely in the top 10, top 5 of top players coming out of high school across the board, okay? So, and to do that, Coach Prime had to have talked to him on the phone, had to have had people come out and visit him, see him. He's had to develop some type of relationship. But let's go on.
I can't. And I've really pretty much done a personal survey. I really, truly, in all my heart, believe that parents don't want me at their house. They want to come see my house. They want to see how I live, how I get down. They want to see what I got going on, what God has done in me.
Now, some people would say, oh, their Coach Prime is being arrogant. He's being an arrogant now. The families want to come see. I think he's hitting on something. And the reason why you want the families to come to you, you want to fly them out to you because you want to win not only the parents and the recruit, but you also want them to see what type of environment, and you want the recruit to see the environment that they're going to be in for the next 4 years. And we know that Colorado has mountains. It's surrounded by mountains. It's a very beautiful scenery out there, great facilities. Let's continue.
I know when I was in college, I did not want Bobby Bowden in my house because I knew after 7 o'clock, it was going to be rats and roaches on parade doing their thing.
Woo! Coach Prime says he didn't want Bobby Bowden coming into his place because the roaches were going to put on their parade. Let's continue with Coach Prime. This is interesting.
That was just straight up. Honestly, I didn't. So that never transpired. That never happened for me. And we target mostly guys that's in the portal. When do you make visits to portal guys' homes? Anybody do that? Do they?
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the haterism starts. People who are critiquing Coach Prime and making these statements, they're doing this primarily to, in my opinion, to kind of make him look bad, because everyone knows, as it's been talked about, that Coach Prime, and I'm going to put this up for everyone to see for the effect of it. Everyone knows that Coach Prime was and is the Portal King.
Tell the truth.
He was touted the Portal King. Everyone said he was the Portal King because he was bringing in so many players from the transfer portal that it had everybody running bunkers, right? Another thing, remember last season, you had all these critics that were criticizing Coach Prime for using the transfer portal. You had other coaches hating on him, saying, oh, I think he's abusing it. And now he utilizes the transfer portal properly, that he was allowed to do so by the NCAA. And now when he does that effectively, people hate on him for doing that. And now they want to flip it this year and say, but he ain't doing enough home visits to recruit high school kids, when his primary focus was to get those experienced players in who have already got college football experience that wanted to come to the school. This was already a known fact that Coach Prime was going to do this, but let's continue.
Anybody, have you guys heard of that? I think when a guy is in his 20s and he has 1 and 2 more shots, he don't give a darn about the picture. He don't give a darn about the parade that you want to take him on. He wants to know, okay, how are you going to use me? How can you help me get to the league? And what am I going to get paid?
Boom. Boom.
Tell the truth.
He's
Tell the
absolutely 100% certified correct, Coach Prime. Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap. Not a laugh, a clap. This is where it took place at. This is the table where this press conference took place at, ladies and gentlemen, not that long ago. This is what I want to say. These young men are trying to get to the lead. They're trying to get to this place right here you see on the screen, NFL. And that's what Coach Prime is talking about. Let's get back to it, y'all.
That's it. That's the world we live in now. I have never heard one guy say, I chose this college because this coach came by my crib.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? It's different now. The parents, I love them. And
I want to stop it there because Coach Prime is correct. Recruitment today in the 21st century, in the year 2024 and going forward, has changed. The landscape has changed. It's at a point where you don't necessarily have to physically go into the households anymore. You can literally talk to these kids by way of your cellular phone, your tablets. You can Skype them. It's a way, people don't really understand this. It's a way for schools to also save money. Coach Prime did say that he wanted to save money. He didn't spend up a lot of the budget that they gave him for going in home recruitment was a pretty good budget, and he didn't want to use up that budget. He wanted to manage that money better for some other things, right? So, and the goal is you want the kids. I think what his philosophy is, Coach Prime, is that he wants the kids to come to him because he wants to get the parents there to see where the child's going to be, where that young man's going to be at, more so than him going into their household. And maybe, just maybe, when there's a big time recruit that he definitely needs desperately, maybe Coach Prime is going to do some in-home visits. Give it a chance. But, you know, everyone is going to be a critic, right? What do you think? Put it in the chat room.
I want them to see this and how beautiful it is and why I'm so eager and how much I love this city and this state and this team. I want them to see that, because guess what? That's where the kid is coming. Kid coming here.
Boom.
Tell the truth.
Good point, Coach Prime. Got to give him a clap on that. Good point. He made a very strong point, because that's where the kid is coming. They're not going to college where they're not going to college in their home. They're going to college at a campus and playing for a football program, and they need to become familiar and comfortable with the surroundings, and they need to see the area that they're going to be, primarily the parents as well as that student, because Coach Prime has already said, if you win the mother, if you win the parents, you can get that young man, if that young man is interested in your program. So this is just another example of how whether it be print media, digital media, how they continue to try to find any little thing they can to criticize Coach Prime. Let's continue.
Well, that's just showcase for me. That's just blowing money. It's blowing a bag. Don't make sense. And I can't do the things other coaches can do. You know why? I'm Coach Prime. And I didn't stutter when I said it.
All right, Coach Prime. He said, hey, I know some people are going to look at this video, they're going to listen to what he said and say, oh, he's being arrogant, but he's being real. And Coach Prime, if you notice, he hasn't changed who he was since day one he got to see you. He didn't change who he was when he was at Jackson State. He didn't change who he was when he came out of college back in the day, out of Florida State, and got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. He's always been who he has been. So why is everybody having to go and have all these goofy critiques about his recruitment and all of this? I mean, it's like you damn if you do and damn if you don't.
Tell the truth.
If he doesn't recruit well, then people are going to say, oh, he can't recruit. If he doesn't go out and utilize the transfer portal, they're going to say, oh, he doesn't know how to use the transfer portal. If he doesn't bring any kids in from high school, whether he goes and visits them at home or talks to them on Skype or has the parents fly in, there's going to be some criticism of Coach Prime. What I want to say right now is I want to bring up some other issues that I think is interesting, because like I said, they had a spring practice. It's all started now. He's excited about the upcoming season. I'm very excited. I know you're very excited, but I want to talk about this man right here. We all are down with him. Now remember, Shedeur was out because he had some injury. He had an issue to his back, taking all those hits last year. Coach Prime said that he's doing a lot better. He's looking good in the spring practice. And I want to let you hear from Shedeur about how excited he is for the upcoming season, and the possibilities of this man right here, Pat Shurmur, and what Shurmur brings to the table. Now, we know that this man has NFL experience as a coach, whether it be as a head coach, as a offensive coordinator. We know that he has the experience, the pedigree to really help Shedeur get to the next level of NFL football. Sean Lewis has left, and I think that, and this is not to be a hater, but I think that this is a better fit for Shedeur, working with Shurmur, NFL style offensive coordinator. I don't personally think that Sean Lewis was the best fit for Shedeur. We saw last year there were times when Shedeur was getting sacked. It didn't seem like they were making the right adjustments in the offense to protect him, and that didn't look good to anybody. And let's hear what Shedeur has to say about how he feels about having Pat as his new full-time, all the way offensive coordinator. Let's hear it right now. This is at the press conference. is power. This is at the press conference, and here we go.
Somebody that understands you, somebody that's not going, that you don't have to change or you don't have to act any type of way for, that you know that's not judgmental. So that's why I feel like a lot of players like playing for Dad.
Now, this was key because Shedeur said, I feel good with having someone who's not going to try to change me, someone that can relate to me and what have you. You're getting some insight here because we all witnessed what happened last year with Shedeur being sacked. The offensive line had problems. Sean Lewis, not to hate, but I got to keep it real. It didn't seem like Sean Lewis was really good at making the adjustments to protect Shedeur in the way they were running their plays. And there were times when there was just a lot of crazy stuff that happened last season that we all witnessed under Sean Lewis's his time there as the offensive coordinator. But let's hear from Shedeur again.
A lot of people don't like the untraditional way of things, of how college athletes do things, of just anything in general. So, Coach Pat, we have a great relationship. He understands me, he accepts me for who I am. And I feel like that's the most important thing we have in a quarterback offensive coordinator relationship.
As he said, he believes that Coach Pat, they have a good relationship. He understands him. He gets him. And playing football and building a team is about relationships. And, you know, we all witnessed what happened last year under Sean Lewis. Things didn't look too pretty. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how Shedeur operates in a full Pat Shurmur offense, a guy who has NFL coaching experience as a head coach, as a offensive coordinator. And when he has an offensive line that they have put together, what he will bring to the table, Shedeur will bring to the table under this type of offensive coordinator that has more time to work with him to be more effective than they were last year when he has more time to throw the ball. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And this is why I'm very excited about that, because he has a really important piece to make this possible. And this is none other than Jordan Seaton. Because Jordan Seaton is one of those individuals who was sold on CU. He was sold on Coach Prime. He felt comfortable. He said from day one he went there for his visit. He felt comfortable. He also went on several media. I think he went on, what's that? First Takes, Undisputed. He was on a lot of different sports media shows where he said out of his own mouth that he saw how Shedeur was taking those hits and didn't like it. He went to CU because he wanted to build a legacy. Instead of going somewhere where a legacy is already built, he wants to be the legacy. He wants to be the cornerstone of turning the CU program around and improving the offensive line. That, to me, speaks to his character. Now, from what I'm hearing is that he is definitely doing well in spring practice. He is really opening up people's eyes. He knows what he's doing. He's a man's man. His technique is great. And he also said that he likes listening to the new offensive line coach, and that's brother Phil right here, who was an offensive line coach at Oklahoma with the Sooners. Of course, this man played in the NFL, particularly with the Minnesota Vikings. And this is a man who says that one of the things that you're going to see out of the offensive line this year for CU is better accountability, more accountability. Okay, y'all? This is the young man that's going to bring that accountability, Jordan Seaton. I want y'all to hear what Jordan Seaton had to say when he spoke up at the press conference after having a day of their practice, and what he had to say about, once again, why he ultimately chose CU in terms of the chemistry and how everything is just clicking for him. Let's hear it right now, y'all.
Honestly, the people at this university, it's amazing. Like everybody just clicks. Like we just click. And I haven't really seen that on a lot of my visits. I kind of been everywhere in the nation, from freaking Oregon to all the way back in Maryland where I'm from, you know? So I kind of seen it all.
I want to stop it right there because that is very key. He says very clearly that everything was clicking. basically he feels chemistry. That's very important for a young man coming from Maryland, the state of Maryland like himself, to feel chemistry, to feel comfortable where he's at, and feeling a connection to his teammates and to the team and what's happening. So this is why this was a fantastic recruit, one of the top recruits in the country that Coach Prime was able to pull off and encourage him to come to CU. I'm looking forward because this is a man that will be responsible for protecting, if he's playing left tackle, yes, protecting Shador's blind side, y'all. Let's hear some more.
University brought, and right here, this was the best fit for me. And then Coach Prime, he's Coach Prime, you know, see, so who wouldn't want to play for him, you know?
Tell the truth.
That's right. Who wouldn't want to play for Coach Prime? I want y'all to think about that. I would play for him if I was playing football. Coach Prime is the real deal, knows what he wants, bringing in the right type of players to get the results that he needs. Let's keep it real. He's doing what he needs to do to improve this football team. Now, another area that Coach Prime, I think Coach Prime did a great job, is when he decided to pick a defensive coordinator. This is Livingston, Robert Livingston, who was a coordinator. He worked himself through the ranks. He was a defensive position coach with Cincinnati. He moved through the ranks at Cincinnati, and now he's the defensive coordinator. That's correct. Defensive coordinator of CU. This is a man who worked himself up the ranks, you know, being a position coach. I think he did a lot of coaching with the safeties in Cincinnati, where he was able to turn one of those safeties into an all-pro. He was able to improve those safeties. And so now he's taking on a new challenge, becoming a defensive coordinator at the college level. He does have experience coaching in college, so he understands the landscape of college football. And let's listen to what this man has to say. And he particularly had some things to say about someone who's one of our favorite sons right here, and that is Travis Hunter.
Tell the truth.
He had a lot of great things to say about Travis Hunter, saying that Travis Hunter is definitely a unique player. He's noticing it because he's playing both defense and offense. And he says, as we talked about in my last video that I did, the last video about what Charles Woodson had to say, when Charles Woodson had made the statement that he feels that Travis Hunter is more dominant at the wide receiver position. Well, Robert Livingston, the new defensive coordinator, almost mirrored that same statement, because he said that he notices that, yes, he can play defensive back. He's very good, but he notices when he played receiver that they were having a hard time shutting Travis Hunter down. I gotta give that another clap again. So what I want to do, everybody, is I want to show you what the coach had to say. Check this out.
Yeah, he's a unicorn. I think we all recognize that. Travis can be elite at whatever he wants to be. I think the first thing you notice about Travis is he's genuine. He's who he is, right? There's no facade. There's nothing fake about him. He's a great guy. So it all starts there, right? The better people you have in the locker room, the better locker room you'll have. I think he can be a shutdown corner. He played some offense today. Unfortunately for us, playing defense, I think he can be an elite receiver.
You hear what he just said? He said he played some shutdown corner in practice, in spring practice, but then when he switched over to wide receiver, he gave the defense a lot of problems. This is what the new defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston, who came over from Cincinnati, has NFL experience. I think it's very telling. Let's get back to it.
Match on each side of the ball. You know, the amazing thing about him is how he studies. You know, we had a conversation the day before practice, like, hey, Trav, you know, what can I do for you to make sure we put things in buckets and it's easy? He said, no, Coach, I'm good. I got it. So I've been amazed at really, number one, who Travis is, and then his ability to retain information. So I think the sky's the limit for him. He can be as good as anybody I've ever been around, and that's.
Did you hear what he said? He can be as good as anyone that he's ever been around. So he gives him high praise. And when he says that, we should take it very serious, because this new defensive coordinator, the new defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston, has been in the NFL. He has seen some of the best players that the NFL has to offer. He has coached some of the greatest players that he's been around that were great players, should I say, in Cincinnati, right? So he's been around them in the NFL. He's coached them with Cincinnati, the guys that he has made all pros. So he knows what he's talking about. So I want to give him another clap again. I think this is fantastic. Once again, this all happened at the press conference, at this table, in that seat, that backdrop. It was fantastic what was happening there. What I also want to do now is I want to shut a rumor down. And I've been hearing this since I've come back to the channel and start uploading videos like I'm doing with this video. And this is the rumor that needs to be shut down. There was some talk about Kamani McLean. And there was this whole talk about, oh, maybe he's going to transfer. Oh, he's going to leave CU. And this is what this is, just a rumor right now, because I'm going to show you a video. I think it's Deion Sanders Jr., a well-off media. And Kamani McLean says out of his own mouth that he ain't transferring. I want y'all to hear this a few times to get it effectively out there, because sometimes we can't go with the rumors. We got to go with what the player tells us. Let's hear.
Not transferring.
Stop asking about me.
Not transferring.
He says right there, I'm not transferring. You heard it. So now we can put that to rest, because people out there in the media like to throw out all this sort of stuff. And like I said, Coach Prime's got his haters. They're going to critique him. Any little thing he does or doesn't do, they're going to blow it up as much as they can to make traction off of it. So with that said, everybody, I thank you for being here. I thank you for watching Prime Sports Media. I really do. Hit the bell of notification when you subscribe to this channel. I want you to subscribe to the channel. Don't be shy about subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification. Share this video in your social media, all your social media. If you're a content creator yourself, share it in your community tab. And we'll be back. Like I said, we're going to start getting the videos cranking over here, the live streams going. We're going to get back to covering what's happening with CU, because they're already in spring practice. And like Coach Prime said, everyone is very excited. But before I go, I'm going to give you one more taste of Coach Prime, because the NFL draft, 2024 NFL draft is coming very soon. And Coach Prime said, hey, if Shedeur was coming out this year, he could be in that top 5 of guys that could be drafted. Let's hear what he had to say about draft and the stock, where Shedeur Sanders' draft stock may be. Check this out. This is Coach Prime.
I think he had the ability, but he probably would have been the second quarterback off the board.
Let's hear this again. Let's hear it again.
Let's just get this straight. Let's get the elephant in the room. Shedeur would have been a high draft pick this year. Okay, let's just stop the foolishness and get mad when I tell you. The only reason I know that, because don't you think I know people in the NFL? I'm sorry. I played for how many years? 14. Got a gold jacket at the crib, I think. I know some people. Jerry Jones, Arthur Blanks. I know some people in the game. Roger Goodell's, I know some people. So when I speak, I'm not just throwing stuff out of my head. I'm throwing stuff based on knowledge. So let's just get that straight. If Shedeur would have gone in the draft this year, he probably would have been the second. He wouldn't have been the first quarterback off the board. I think he had the ability, but he probably would have been the second quarterback off the board.
I want you to do this before I go, ladies and gentlemen. Put in the comment section of this video what your opinions about Shedeur Sanders. If he was coming out this year, would he be in that top 5, top 10 of guys that would be drafted very high? Where do you think he's going to project in the 2025 draft? And also, I want to get your opinion and your thoughts in the comment section of this video about Coach Prime and what he said about when it comes to recruitment in terms of whether he's going to go and visit the players in their home, or whether you feel that it's good that he wants to get those players and his family to see you so that they can see the scenery and work the magic that way. What do you think about the people who try to criticize him when he clearly explains what his methodology is? Let me know. And with that said, everybody, y'all take care. This is Prime Sports Media.